Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another NBA 2K17 Pro Am game, as we are unfortunately not able to stick the opening jumper. And not only that, Brian gets blocked on his layup attempt. Here they are racing up the court. That's a bad pass, and we get the turnover. Brian and I try to redeem ourselves. Jay with the ball, pulling up an ill-advised three, but there we are to get the putback. Hey man, that's something I've been doing with the slasher. That's nothing new now. We've done that a couple of times. That's in the scouting report. Gotta watch out for it. As it's Michael with the rebound right there, finding Josh, who, if you notice, has a center out. And Brian has a center out. So this is a little bit of a quirky lineup as we get that perfect release jumper to fall. Josh has an athletic finisher. Brian has his normal glass cleaner. On top of that, Michael's got his stretch big. So we are running an extremely tall lineup. This was an accidental lineup. This was not a group of five we were supposed to bring out on the court, as we find Michael trailing. Unfortunately, not able to hit the shot. Might have been a deep two if he did make it anyways. So yeah, we got this random lineup, and then we're out here running point with the slasher, which is not really what I made the slasher do. I made him to be more of a shooting guard, but Jay's got a sharpshooter out as Michael knocks down that deep three, and we're on an 11-0 run to start this game. As I'm talking about this lineup and how it wasn't intended to come on the court, it's kicking ass right now. Maybe it should have been intended to come on the court, as Josh makes it a 13-0 run, slamming that home. Like I said, that's an athletic finisher. So that's the one thing that guy can do very, very well, is they're going to pull up and finally put some points up. It took them almost 3.5 minutes to find the bottom of the iron, as we get blocked trying to take it all the way to the rim. Oh, my dude cocked it back way too hard. We would have just done something more simple. That would have been points. We find Brian cutting inside. We gotta tone down our aggression a little bit. Like I mentioned before, I didn't make this slasher to be a point guard. I wanted to attack the rim and stuff like that. But, you know, since we are, you know, the main guy with the basketball, we gotta look out for our teammates as well. Can't just always go running in there fearlessly. Gotta look up ahead and beat the big men when they run. We have both of our big men running right there, but we just happen to hit Josh on that as they're trying to set some screens up. We're in a nice little zone defense, locking it down pretty well. Center from mid though, and that is the hole in the 2-3 zone. That free throw line area, sometimes there's ways to exploit it, as we turn it over trying to get a quick shot up at the end of the first quarter. But still a great opening quarter of the game, up 19-6. But here they are on a little bit of a run. They got to a bad start, but they're starting to settle in. You guys saw their record. They're an Elite 2 team, so they're not scrubs by any means. So they're starting to, you know, find out what, you know, maybe they're realizing that we got this big man lineup and they can find easy ways to exploit it offensively and defensively, as we get that steal, finding Michael. Oh, he gets blocked trying to take it all the way, as Josh not able to get that scoop. But hey man, with the tall lineup, that's something that we can definitely eat on those boards. Right now, we're filling out the stat sheet. We got steals, assists, even rebounds, and then a couple of buckets as well, trying to get 2 more. And we deliver on the slam dunk, up 25-9. Deep three, got it to go. That guy's definitely a sharpshooter. 2 screens set up for him. No one stepped up. That's easy buckets all day long, as is this. Big man with a running start to the rim. That's buckets all day. Deep three again. Got it to go again. No adjustments going to be made. That guy's going to drop 50 on us, basically. As this time, that same play that we got blocked on earlier, this time we're able to knock it down, or throw it down, I should say, as they get an awkward alley-oop to fall down via the goaltending call on Brian right now. You know, offense is mainly the main thing that's working pretty well, as we get the and one. Not a good shot right there. I'll take it. I'll take the finish right there. That's, I guess, some of the perks of being a slasher. That was not really my best idea. That's a great idea right there. Got 2 people to jump, especially with the slasher. People are, you know, aware of that. We've been getting buckets with this guy, and I'm more so looking to pass at this point, trying to hit Brian, trying to hit Josh, whoever's inside the paint. Right now, it's me slamming it down on the break. All 12 or 13 in the paint. I believe we got an and one as well. But, you know, on top of that, we got our head up, running the break, finding Michael, trying to hit our shooters in stride. Something you got to do with those sharpshooters, man. As we get a nice little steal right there. They're going to get the ball back, but we got to steal for a stat line. I'll take it, I guess. But, yeah, with those sharpshooters, you got to keep them in the rhythm. When they're cutting and stuff like that, you got to get them invested in the game, because when you don't get those touches, then you start losing trust. Then when you actually get the ball, then you don't shoot it. So you got to keep them involved. Something I hear from, you know, my own sharpshooters all the time, that they need the ball, so in that situation. So you know, you gotta do that. Hit Michael right there. Because then, you know, they'll just pull up on, like, 2 people's faces. You're like, well, I got the ball late. And I know that, cause I played with a sharpshooter before. And I know, as, like, a sharpshooter build. So I know that feeling. Right now, I know the feeling of having a stacked stat line right now. We are doing a lot of everything for this team as, you know, it's not just us, obviously. Everyone else is doing their part as well. And that's contributing to a 21-41 lead into the halftime locker room. They got that random shot to fall down with a hand in the face. Really quickly, how you guys feeling about the NBA Finals so far? I was going to do a Finals preview video, but I guess I wasn't really too up to it. But my prediction before the series started is Warriors winning. I've been feeling that pretty much the whole way through before the playoffs started. Once the playoffs started, it's hard to go against a team that has Curry, Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and on top of that, you're bringing Iguodala off the bench still and Sean Livingston. You got some decent center options they could swap in there with McGee, Zaza Pachulia, and even David West as we pass out. That might have been able to take it, but like I said, maybe a little bit too passive right there, but it's all good. Oh, never mind. Josh got blocked, but Michael's able to get the ball on the scramble. Josh from mid getting it to go. Josh right now not really in that paint because Brian's in there, but he's making the most of it. He's getting himself that mid-range jumper to fall down a couple of times. Even though it's the athletic finisher, those guys have a decent mid-range shot as we got a clear lane and a windmill slam. Sit down, young man. Oh, he was too young. Why must the good die young? Well, when they make mistakes like that, that's really on the guard's fault right there. That's not only on that guy. You can't let a slasher get a running start or else stuff like that's going to happen. And we are taking over the game. The steal and the slam, and we just teammate graded the opposing point guard out the game with a bunch of forced turnovers, a bunch of buckets on the other end. That's a block. We're running up ahead, trying to slow down the tempo a little bit. They got everyone back, but we got eyes on us. A lot of eyes on 17 right now. We find Josh. Well, I say 17 is me. Brian's also number 17 on the court. Brian backing down, gotta let loose of that ball, eventually finding Josh and a quick pass. The big man kind of working together, but hey, I'll take it if it gets me a bucket at the end of the day. But yeah, back to the finals, since this game is starting to get a little bit out of hand. Like I said, there's just too much going on for the Warriors right there. There's a lot of, you know, games within the game, but that's really the simplest point, that the Warriors have more talent than the Cavaliers. But one thing that I mentioned, said on Twitter, is we find Michael open for 3. He's gonna get it to go. Got that grand badge activated. Definitely a guy you don't want to leave open in that situation. But yeah, I feel like the wrong team has won the NBA Finals the past 2 years. In 2015, the Warriors won it, but I felt like the Warriors were playing very inexperienced, and if the Cavs had their healthy team, they'd probably win. And then last year, it felt like the Warriors should have won, but, you know, Draymond stupidly got suspended, and then the Cavs took advantage in Game 5. Game 6 they had at home, and then the Game 7, that was just, you know, kind of a shit show in that fourth quarter as the lob from Brian. The reverse lob, I should say. Usually, it's guard to center. That was center to guard. Brian was calling it out on the Skype call that he wanted to throw it, so I made my cut, but I was out of stamina, so that didn't really work out. But, yeah, as much as, you know, I think it would be great to see the Cavs win, as great as their team is, and as much as I love to see a 7-game series, I think the Warriors win this in 5 or 6. So that's just my opinion, though. I'm just hoping for a good series at the end of the day. We got the trilogy. This is what everyone wanted, and hopefully it delivers. If we find Michael, we deliver a nice pass, but unfortunately he's not able to knock down that corner 3. And Brian misses the wide open dunk as well with 2 minutes left in the game. The outcome of this game is not in doubt at all. We have this one in the bag. We could turn it over every possession from here on out, and it's all good. We actually turned it over to the AI point guard right there. Like I mentioned, that dude teammate graded out of the game. And our stat line right now, I mentioned it before, you know, we're looking really good. We're going to try to pad our stats with an offensive rebound. We padded Brian's stats instead, but we didn't get a rebound. Unfortunately, we got a missed shot on our resume as well as we hit Michael. He fades and hits. A little bit too quick of a trigger right there to pull up that jumper, but hey, it fell down anyways. It's all good, as we got 20, 11, 5 rebounds, which is a lot for the point guard. And most of those are offensive rebounds on putbacks and stuff like that. And then we got like 5 or 6 steals as well. Or actually, no, we have 7 steals, I believe in. That was too unselfish right there. I try to kick it to Michael. I've been feeding him a lot in the fourth quarter, but that time they stayed home. But eventually, Brian almost, but was able to deliver home that bucket. Jay with the pass up ahead. And that is pretty much going to be the final stat line for us, 24-11. Really filling out that stat sheet right there. Getting the W against a good team. Not just me, though. Like I mentioned, Brian put up 30 and 16. Josh you know, doing a lot of quirky things at the center spot. 6 assists right there, knocking out a lot of mid-range jumpers. Not what you expect from the athletic finisher. He did that. Michael as well had that, you know, a little bit of everything stat line right there. We end up getting the W, though, you know. I gotta take my player of the game right there. You don't get it too often at the point guard spot. Usually they really value those rebounding for the center, but I gotta take when I can get it. Leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more 2K17 Pro AM games, and I'll catch you guys next time.